here with Austin. So all we're going to work on here first is you have a guy pushing you up against the wall, right? So for you two, a lot of people are going to try to just kind of pin you down here, right? They're just trying to kind of slow you down, work here, and trying to just kind of be annoying and keep you in trouble, right? So they're here, they're working. I don't like this, right? So here's all we're going to work to do. One, I'm going to look to open my hips towards the side his head is pointing at. So for this one, I'm going to look to open my hips here, because Austin's going to be around front here a little bit more, trying to drive into me and keep me up against this wall. All we're going to look to do is frame one forearm into that tie clinch, and the other hand we're going to look to frame underneath his arms. So we're going to be here. Austin's going to be pushing me up against the wall. We're working. I don't like this. Right? Boom. I open my hips here, get my hands under. All we're going to look to do, I'm going to dig deep with my underhook hand, come palm to palm, and then turn my knuckles down that little bit. As soon as I get that, I'm going to turning towards the head with my underhook. So I'm here, all I'm going to do, turn here, boom. Now, couple options of where you can go from there. So if I'm here with Austin, boom, I get here, I turn him. I can either look to engage on the wall, I can look to break away, or I can look to take him down off that. So when I'm here, three options I want you guys to try. So first we get here, I get my turn, open. First thing I want you guys to try is just boom, look for a couple of your effective strikes. As soon as you feel like, okay, I've softened him up that little bit, I'm going to look to step behind, grab that single, sit him down. So, quarter turn, soften, single leg, done. Questions on that?
Demonstrate the high crotch.
Single leg, you mean? So when I'm here, boom, I have my hands clenched in that tie clinch, right? All I'm going to do is step behind that leg on that same side. As soon as I'm there, the hand that was in front is going to scoop his knee here. I'm going to bring my other hand in. Then all I'm going to do is turn him next to the wall and pick his leg up. Because the beautiful part about having the wall is it's another set of hands. He can't hop because his foot's against the wall. So if you do this right, he should look to hop and run out of real estate, basically. So the nice part about this is if I'm in here, boom, here, when I go to turn here, he doesn't have room to bounce and move. If he does, all you have to do is keep turning. Strikes. Which I know for you, you're not going to look for a takedown in most of your fights, but knowing where they're going, good to know. By having that quarter turn and strike also helpful. All right? You two. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, so I'm here with Austin. He's in here, he's driving in on me. I don't like that, right? So same thing, I'm gonna look to open my hips, dig for my underhook. One of the big things I was noticing with you guys, I'm not trying to lock my hands over his shoulder here. I'm trying to lock my hands right on the back of that neck. Here, getting that head position. That way when I use my underhook to turn him, I have good control of his head, neck, and shoulder. Alright? So, now, once we get here, same thing, I'm going to look to soften him up. But for a lot of people, I don't want to give up this underhook, right? This is a nice tool. I like to use it. So I'm going to keep this grip here, but I'm going to look to bring this hand from the far side shoulder to the same side, here. As soon as that hand hits here, I'm going to look to drop it in here. Now, nice part with this is we can still look to soften him up because he's going to look to turn and really get to that base. And all we're going to look to do, I'm going to look to drive him down that wall, trapping that knee here. Nice part with this, if you do it properly, you should land with him basically pinned against the wall and use somewhere between side control and half guard. So I'm here with steers. I'm working him here. Boom. I get here. I'm still going to look to soften, but my hand pivots to this other side. It gives me that good lock on his shoulder. Boom. I'm looking to drive here. all we're looking to do, I'm running this hand across, picking his knee out here. Bop. Once you get here, unnecessary violence until a ref kindly asks you to stop. But your goal is to get him turned against this wall. So boom, we're here. Boom, I turn him against this wall. Boom, I'm just starting to soften him up. Boom, I'm using this here, and I'm using this underhook to block that. That's going to give me the underhook from the side control. 1 FC rules, bop.
Right.
Knees to the face. Alright, drill that out. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, so I'm here, same thing. I'm working with Austin. Boom, I get my shoulder lock here. I turn here. But let's say I get here and for whatever reason, I just don't feel confident coming this way. Because a lot of you won't. This is a pretty difficult technique to get it first. Like getting it used to your hips in front of him and running down the wall. That's not the easiest one. But one I really like, especially if you're not confident shooting underneath people from here, is if we're in here working, boom, I'm fighting. Austin's going to be trying to drive into me a little bit. That's perfect. All we're going to look to do, I'm going to keep my hand on the inside shoulder here. My hand that's softening is going to come over here and lock. Now, you have a couple options. If you have the guillotine, you can take it. I don't recommend that. Guillotines are notoriously hard to finish, very easy to slip out. But when I get here, all I have to do now, step back, snap him down, spin behind, violence as needed. But the nice part about this is, especially if you have taller opponents or opponents that you think have a really good base and getting them off their hip, like I'm not shooting underneath here. His hips are just bullshit. I don't know how they work that way. They're stupid. I shouldn't be able to work them. So once I get him trapped here, I'm going to soften, won't get him down, then I'm either going to work in this front headlock position, or I'm going to look to transition to that back, start punishing, backpack drill, or just keeping, I'll hip ride and just punch you. Like, yeah, so I'm drop stepping. Basically, you're sprawling with head kick. So like if I'm here, all I'm looking to do is step back, snapping him down, and kicking my feet back. Once you get here, I just like to pull him forward, knee slide through, then you're in here. Now you can
you show me the darts finish?
Darts finish, so like if I'm here, I already have my hand here. All I have to do at that point is feed a hand. So at that point, feed here, and then you can roll. So
you roll this way?
You roll into the lock. Okay. So like if I'm darsing here, I want to roll in, because that puts your lock in the air when you come up. So whenever you're hitting darces, anacondas, guillotines, arm and guillotine, any of that, whenever you can get your lock into the air, that gives you more options. So that's why you roll that way. All right? Questions on that snap down? One more. So I'm here. Boom, I'm working. Boom, I get my underhook, get my head position. Turn here. Start to soften. Snap down. You can either anaconda or take the back. Dealer's choice on that. 1, 2, 3.